I'm fine. How about you?
Hello, Pankaj sir.
Hello.
Sorry, sir, your voice is not audible. Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
हाँ, गुड इवनिंग पंकज जी की हालचाल। And how are you? Everything fine?
Pankaj sir, your voice is not audible.
गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग नवीन जी।
जी सर, कैसे हैं सर? ठीक।
बस दुआ है आप सब लोगों का, उसी का सहरा बन।
नहीं सर। सर आपने सर मेरा फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट भी एक्सेप्ट किया था सर। एक्चुअली आई हैव सेंड इट इन लिंक्डइन सर, सो यू हैव रिसीव्ड द थैंक यू सो मच सर।
जी जी बिल्कुल, थैंक यू। अरे लिंक्डइन ये सबको काफी अपडेट भी करना है, इतना सारा अवार्ड, इतना सारा और क्वालिफिकेशन है, तो टाइम ही नहीं मिलता है।
यस,
तो सोशल मीडिया में अकेले इंसान तो काफी जगह अपडेट भी करना है।
यस सर, यस। तो सर, व्हेन यू बैक इन इंडिया सर?
Presently, it's difficult to know because November, December I spent in India, and there is a possibility. Let us see. I will organize some meeting with the Chamber of Commerce Mumbai because I had a very
Okay,
good meeting with them. So I am planning some event with the ministers over here and there, Maharashtra government also. If let us see when it happens. So
yes,
April or August, or because September I have something in UK. So in between, if something happens, fine.
yes sir। So I'm so proud of you sir। So as an Indian sir, you are working over there sir। I'm so happy also, sir। I have all sometime I have watch your uh, post also, and with the Rishi Sonak sir also. You have picture some picture also. I have look after that.
Yes, yes, I had done campaigning with him, and I had moved around him a lot before he became prime minister. Although Liz Truss became prime minister, I had campaigned for her also. But after her, he became. So politics is such a thing that anything can be done anywhere if the right game
Right
is
time.
played.
Yes, sir.
So politics, people run away from politics, but the thing is that either it might be family or the corporate front or your work. You can't run away from the chess game.
Yes, sir.
So if you run away at the end of the day, some or the other place, you will have problems, especially being from UP and Bihar. So, so the thing is that you have to make your own way out to gain supremacy and everything. Politics everywhere, politics is there.
Yes, sir.
So many of the people who study a lot, they now it is a fashion that they tell that I don't like politics, but don't tell like that. It's difficult for them to be in the world. Like being a celebrity, at the end of the day, you have to learn political science. Otherwise, it is difficult.
Yes, sir.
I used to see when my father was in Tata Steel that many uncles and big brothers who had studied from IT or something like that, or Rudki, many
IIT Roorkee.
yes,
Yes,
reputed. But actually, still, I believe in the four IITs: IIT Kharagpur, Delhi, Mumbai, and Mumbai, and Kanpur and Chennai. But nowadays, so there are so many IITs.
but you have not mentioned Roorkee, sir.
Yeah, but actually, when we were young, we knew only Kanpur, Chennai, Delhi, Powai, and these four IIT. Later on, so nowadays, everywhere there is an IIT
Ye-
nowadays. So
Yes, yes,
after
yes, sir.
Roorkee, people used to give a separate exam. BITS Pilani was on marks basis.
Yes, sir.
Early BIT Mesra had a separate exam. Now the situation is different that there is a common entrance exam and then they. No, the reason I told you this because many people who had studied from IT joined Tata Steel or Telco. Uh, till some time their qualification mattered that you are from MIT, you are from IT, you are from Roorkee, you are from BITS Pilani. But after that, it mattered how well they manage the corporate politics along with the technical knowledge if they want to rise the ladder of success. So
Yes,
how you talk to people, how you understand your technical area, how well
yes.
you can speak conferences, you have to
And
your
how?
some kind.
Yes, yes, and as well as how can handle the according to situations also, sir. Actually, right now I'm also working in corporate and project office also in construction department. I'm doing in job in construction department in behalf of NHA, National Highway Authority of India. Right now, I'm in doing in India last post, Jaisalmer location, sir. Uh,
Jaisalmer.
yes,
Namaskar ji, pranam. You are on mute, Amarnath ji.
yes.
Prem ji, namaskar.
Namaste, all of
Namaskar,
you.
Sharad sir.
No,
Namaskar, Amarnath sir. Namaskar, all of you all.
Namaste, Sarji.
If someone has to be awarded with the best smile, then the award will go to Prem ji. All the team can. So yes, the NHA authority. I was going to have a meeting with Naveen Gadkari ji in Pune, but then I didn't have time.
yes,
So he
yes,
has
yes.
done all over the world. At least he has done such a good work in.
Yeah, yeah. Right now, he's also started a new project, bullet train, Ahmedabad to Mumbai.
Yeah, that the sea link of Nariman Point Mumbai. When the sea link comes, it become more easy to connect Mumbai from one.
Yes, sir. And one of the
Uh,
biggest project is also going on Bharat Mala Pariyojana. So every border area will connect to every state, sir, easily. Punjab, Haryana, yeah, Rajasthan, and every you can see now in a few month Bharat Mala Pariyojana is going on too much, sir. Or he connected easily to other state. And
That is good. But as Amarnath ji know, I had gone to, when I went to Darbhanga Madhubani, by mistake, instead of Tarani, I went to Nehra. Nehra means mother village. But as soon as I came from the inside roads from Nehra to Tarauni, because I had to give a talk in Tarauni and then go back to my village in Sakwar at night, because you know that famous poet Nagarjun ji.
Yes.
So they have made a library in his house, and they were going to have this uh, that famous festival which ladies do uh, with dolls and all. I will tell you its name.
Oh,
Shama Chakeva.
Sama Chakeva. Yeah. Mhm.
So as soon as I came road and came in the inside roads, immediately the roads were all mud, and so they have to look at the inside roads also a bit, and the villagers have to work on it. In my village only, I tell the village boys, tell me what is the problem, so that I can talk to the minister, I can ask them to build the road, I can help. But then many few youngsters, there are not many youngsters in the villages, so the aged people, they are not able to means get that much time. So if the youngsters and the students tell over there that yes, I have this problem, people like me or Amarnath ji who are connected to the all kinds of people, they can at least try to do something. That is, yes, Amarnath ji, and you must have heard about Japan, that even on top of the roads and buildings also in Japan, roads are there and trains are running. So,
Yes. Yeah. Japan is way ahead of others.
yes, and even if you see the Kosi River, Lakhande, Gandak in Darbhanga, Bihar side also, there are so many rivers. So that river also again can be used as canals and boats. River cruises can be done, something of that sort.
See, the problem is there that that water which we have, Himalayan water, that could be boon for us, but we are not able to utilize it. And the problem is that uh, it is heavy investment. What need to happen is that India government and Nepal government have to work together to construct a lot of dams and lakes inside Nepal, and then gradually channelize that water through canals to different areas. And not only that, the rivers which are coming to Bihar, North Bihar, they have to make underground river under Ganga to bring it to the south and connect to other rivers. This plan was already put in 1950s by Dr. B.K.R.B. Rao, but it is a heavy investment. So what is happening is that uh, uh, other areas or other zones, they say that, hey, if you siphon so much money in this heavy project which will go for 50 years, then there will not be enough money for other areas. And so there is a politics there. And unfortunately, our chief ministers are not good. They are not able to raise this question uh, uh, or demand that this is an international project and need to be done. Every year we are suffering because of this, and this is not a problem which cannot be solved. It can be solved. China has done it. US has done it. I mean, in the here on the rivers, you have like 20, 30 dams. I know, like Colorado River, for example, it starts in Colorado in USA, and it goes to all the way to Mexico. By the time it goes to Mexico, there is little trickling water. That's all they have. They don't have any more water because all the water by constructing dams they utilize in US. You'll be surprised to know, like states like Nevada, states like Arizona, even the northern California, they were all desert before. And by constructing Uber Dam in 1930, not now, I'm talking about 1930s, they made all these states green, Arizona. So same thing can be done in India too. We we have so much of water, we waste it to Ganga. Ganga takes it to the ocean as if no big deal. And that's why I support these young kids who are trying to fight for the state, because Bihar state chief ministers are never caring about North Bihar. We don't even have a flyover. Can you believe that in the whole North Bihar, you don't have even on the roads a single flyover? Uh, Even AIMS in Patna, AIMS Darbhanga is in trouble now. Airport, they promised in Purnia, and I heard that even that one is not happening. So basically, there is a huge neglect of North Bihar by the politicians, and in Bihar is has very low key in central politics. Nobody is able to fight for the Bihar, so we are falling behind, falling behind.
Problem is that, see, people like us, means those who have a face value and where required we are strict also, and where required uh, we are a bit soothing also. So the right face is also required, which comes in a blue moon. That there were projects of flood mitigation during Atal Vajpayee ji government also, and as you very correctly told, Jaisalmer, Bikaner in Gujarat also. If you see in Saudi Arabia also, many of the deserts are being converted into greenery because they are dealing with the soil regeneration in that way. But main, as you very correctly told, that in Patna, maximum Atal Path and few flyovers have come. But overall in Bihar, the situation is the same, because whatever paper comes, whatever money comes. I remember when Telugu Desam party had come, Chandrababu Naidu, long time back. Now, though it is almost over. At that time, at least, say he used to think about himself also and about the state also. That way, you see, so many Andhra boys and girls are everywhere from Hyderabad, everywhere in IT and all that, and they help
Yes.
each other. But in
Yeah.
our case,
Hyderabad was just like Patna. Now Hyderabad has become a IT center, and Patna is at the same place. Um, Still a kind of agricultural capital. Nothing of any industry still there. And North Bihar is even worse. We haven't. We have become poorer than 1947. um, if you I want some economists to come up with the data. That's why we want some more professionals of different discipline who can put together data, because right now Mithila Student Union is fighting, and there were so many organizations about Mithila state, and they asked that, hey, why can't you guys help? I said, no, we cannot help 100 organizations. You guys need to merge together. And who is better to fight than the young people? So if the young people have taken the flag, then all our old organizations, they should collapse. They should support the Mithila Student Union. And we all should give people like you and me, we all should support them by providing data of all kind, all the professionals, I mean, that, so that they can show by charts to people that, look, here is the exploitation, how North Bihar is mistreated, see it. Nothing has happened in the last uh, 75 years, and this is the reason we want to separate. Like yesterday or day before yesterday, I saw very good data that small states, how they are doing well. Somebody posted a data that um, since Uttarakhand has become independent uh, from UP, its economic progress, how it has done so well. Similarly, Chhattisgarh. So basically, it supports that smaller states are better off in the Indian economy. They do much better. So, like that, we need to generate data that, hey, if the North Bihar separates from Bihar, uh, both area will progress. Uh, because right now, Patna is not able to focus on the issues of the North Bihar. we have two different issues. North Bihar has a water logging, South Bihar has a water shortage. So, like Nitish Kumar, he started Nal Jal Yojana. Hey, Nal Jal Yojana is good for only South Bihar, and he tried to push it even in the North Bihar. We we don't have gel problem. We have gel, too much of gel, so we don't need any more Nal in the
Right, right,
north.
right, right.
So this is, so priority is that, if the South Bihar has issues, that become a priority. But if North Bihar has an issue, it doesn't become priority, and that is what is going on for 75 years now.
The
And so
thing
it's
is that
time.
you require Iron Man, Iron Faces. Like I remember when we started the story with the student union for Darbhanga Airport, I was also behind it. I kept on tweeting lot many. Then we wrote messages to Hardeep ji, the aviation minister. Finally, somehow the Darbhanga Airport happened.
Yeah,
Now Darbhanga Ames land, if you see, it is totally in a low level. Means always there is water accumulation over there.
yeah.
But there has to, yes.
Somebody was saying that two other states which got the grant at the same time, their aims is all functional now. In one in Jharkhand and one somewhere else. So the same time, government has sanctioned the money for three different places, and other two aims are already functioning. And we have a problem. We don't know who is responsible for this. Is it the Bihar government or central government? I mean, uh, why it is so difficult? What I don't understand, central projects, why they depend on the state government for land acquisition? Why can't they have their own government officials? IAS, DMs are supposed to be central government officials posted in different states. So there should be. This is where we can a little bit work. We should be asking the central government that if you sanction a project in any state, why you depend on a state for anything? Why can't you have everything of your own? Control, full 100% control. That way this blame game can stop. I mean, when anytime you mix two, three people, then we don't know who is responsible and why. When you have a central PWD, right? Center has its own PWD. Why you depend on the state government for land acquisition? Create a department nationwide, and we, for so many projects you have to do land acquisition, railways, industries, this, that, this zone, that zone. I don't understand why can central government have a small office in every district of India, and and that central government office will coordinate everything what the central government wants to do in that district.
See, the thing is that people like you and me, it's in every any area, whether it may be family, social, political, or township, there requires a proper planning target how we go about this, as you very
Yeah,
correctly told.
yeah,
But like Dharmanga Ames also I told, generally these things happen during Panchayat election, Mukhya election. So the people who come forward also, the main thing is that I have to win as a Mukhya or a Panchayat. When that gets over, then the story is over, everyone sits in the house. Even the bricks were provided by so many people that the bricks will be used in Darbhanga Aims. But then at the end of the day, as you very correctly told, that there are to be some acumen, some ladies and gentlemen from the top who needs to give time. Most of our people are working outside Bihar; they don't actually give time. And people like us also give time, but then we also have family, kids. We have to look after them also.
yeah,
So we know whom to contact, where to contact, how to go in a very planned way. But unless and until that is there, if you take out a procession which we call julus, or we just shout and with this thing standing somewhere doing that fast, I'm doing fasting, that is fine. But as you very correctly told, the message has to reach the right place and mannerfully in a
yeah.
gentlemanly way.
I
That
mean, I have been telling Mithila Student Union that don't try to ask for a state for Maithili, because when you talk of Maithili, you turn off, maybe you get 10 people in support of it, but you turn off at least five other people who don't support Maithili. For example, Motihari is not a Maithili speaking area. Muzaffarpur, Hajipur gets fits when we say Maithili, even though they speak a broken Maithili anyway. All right. Um, and Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad, they have already played politics, and they have told and convinced the North Bihari population, especially OBC, that oh, Maithili is the language of only Maithil Brahmins. It is not your language. Why you are trying to go along with them? So I tell these guys that don't mix Maithili with Mithila movement. Number one. Number two, do all the activity in Hindi. The reason I say, because all those people who are on the fence, you can bring them in. And anyway, we are Dubhasiya. Uh, don't try to push Maithili on the rest of the people, or even, speak at home whatever language you speak. But outside, the way we are doing it right now, we should continue to do it. We cannot live without Hindi now in India. Luckily, we speak Hindi, so we are able to communicate. I know, I'm sure you have also experienced. I have many Bengali friends and Uriya friends and Assami friends that I'm forced to speak with them in English because they cannot communicate, and we don't have any common language, so English becomes the language. It's so sad. We are part of the eastern zone of these four states, and we cannot communicate with each other in any language. But because of Hindi, we are able to communicate with at least half the India. So uh, i I tell them that don't try to fight that hey, we want to make Maithili as a state language for Mithila. It's not going to fly. Focus on development. And development means, my mantra is very simple, that this water problem, which is a 100-year project, it's not going to be in 2 days or few days. Uh, you have to tell North Bihari people that our main problem is what? Our main problem is flood water coming from the Himalayan river. If we solve this problem, then other problem will be automatically solved. And for that, like I said earlier, central government and Nepal government have to come together. India has to spend heavy investment money. Nepal will have to give land, and North Bihari chief minister, call it Mithila or Bhaji or Tirhut, I don't care. Any name is good for me, or even North Bihar. I always call North Bihar. So North Bihari chief minister will facilitate that India government and Nepal government come together and get this project done in next 100 years. Once that happens, this water channelizing project, then only uh, Bihar will be Bihar will be free of water logging, and then industrialization can happen. Once industrialization starts, then the job opportunity will be there, overall development will happen, and then it will shine. I mean, imagine once we have the water control of the area, it can become uh, a tourist attraction. It can have a general, electricity problems resolved. It can control the trade with China so easily through Nepal and through Sikkim and all that, and all the ASEAN states, because we are very good in labor force. We have plenty of labor force. So we should be focusing on how to get these rivers interconnected and how to get the river project done. That should be the priority for North Bihar. Nothing else.
But
I
one
I, I
major
am of this
problem is that,
opinion.
see, however hard we tell, anybody else can also raise their hand to speak. But one major problem is there, that unification and ekatmakta is very important. That
Yes.
linking, if you look the Nepal border, it is in Bihar, UP, Bengal. The Bengals, with regard to their state, are at least unified. But in Bihar and UP, the thing is that there has to be link between number one, Bihar, if we consider Bihar, then the Nepal government and the central government and the state government, which has to be linked together to get something done over there. Now, first of all, though, the thing is that there is a power fight. Number one, there is a caste fight, there's a class fight. All these things you can't run away. All those things are there in UP and Bihar. Here also, here only you see, like in Europe, especially in UK, Mithilakshar, whatever you call, people didn't know what is Mithil. That I only brought around 20, 25 years ago. Suddenly, one of my friends called me that, Are, someone has taken Maithili language to the Indian High Commission over here. and we didn't see you, and they didn't know also how to speak Methli. I told that it's okay, they are my brothers, sisters, but I called the Indian High Commissioner. I'm close to everyone. I told that, Are sir, you can take, I am always there whenever you require me. And you know that Methli I have got all the accolades of Methli. So it will be easy for you to get it connected anywhere. So it's always also important that the dots has to be linked, so
Yes.
that you are correct, the flood mitigation dam can come. Because at the end of the day, we have to realize this also, that China is doing its homework in Nepal, but a
Yes.
similar homework has to be done. India is doing, but at the end of the day, at state level also has to be done. If it is not brought very sternly in front of the सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कि सर ये होना चाहिए, देखिए हम लोग स्टेट के लिए जरूरी है डैम वैम, nobody will consider, because first they are looking at Punjab, Haryana, and all the other state, Gujarat, where people come together for the good of their state, well-being
Exactly.
of their state.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
I was telling the other MSU guys the other day exactly what you are saying. That in India we have 5 different zones: Western zone, Southern zone, Northern zone. We are Eastern zone and Northeast zone. And if there is 100, let's call it for example, there is 100 rupees of the budget central government has. So all 5 teams, 5 zones are fighting for that 100 rupees to get maximum out of it. And in when it that in that fight, always Western zone and Southern zone takes the lion's share. Then little bit Northern takes. So these are the top 3 winners in that one. So basically, call it out of 100 rupees, 70 rupees are already gone into those 3 hands. Now 20 is left. That is what is given to like 15 each to uh, eastern zone and northeastern zone, because we don't have unity. We don't have that. Like I never see all our chief minister meeting together of the eastern zone and northeastern zone. We should have like annual conference, just like we have G20 meeting. There should be meeting of all these chief ministers. That hey, why is all the money being spent in north, west, and south zone? Why not? I mean, uh, for example, I tell me one thing. Now, if we have a war with China, that war is not going to be in Ladakh anymore. Most likely, it will be in the Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so why are we not developing the infrastructure? If we develop infrastructure so that heavy machineries can be transported, means we need a modern trains to go to all the way northeast. We need modern roadways to go to northwest, airport systems so that we can fight with them. So this is what we needed. But why it is not happening? Now still we are developing what? We are developing Ladakh. We are developing the middle zone, like what is that one called? Uttaranchal Pradesh or whatever it is. Uttarakhand. I mean, come on, guys. Uh, so even now there is a politics. Like money get diverted for the political issues. It is Kashmiri issues, Uttarakhand issues, Rajnath Singh is there. All the money is being spent in that area, the defense budget. Nothing goes to the, yeah. So we, I mean, first thing is that the politicians represent us. If we don't have the awareness, naturally we are not able to demand that from our politicians. That is what is happening. So our people have to know on the ground that, I mean, how come we are not able to convince that our main problem is the water logging problem, and
yes,
these politicians are able to convince them that, hey, you are a Gwala, you are a Kurmi, you are a Koiri. It is a Koiri, they call it Triveni government. This is important. We have to fight with the backward, forward, those kind of things. So means that we are weak. We are not communicating very well with our people. If we convince them that, look, this is the problem is important. We all have to work together to solve this problem, waterlogging problem.
Nirdosh wants to convey something.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
sir. Exactly.
and
Exactly, sir.
casteism is our biggest problem in Bihar, like you said. I don't know how we can eradicate that. There has to be some way to get out of that. I see the young generation have started doing a lot of intercaste marriages, so which is a very good thing. So guys,
Really, sir?
guys,
But
those are true
nowadays, sir,
words. Yeah,
yes, but
Agreed,
nowadays, sir,
agreed.
we are changing. We are changing, sir. We are changing nowadays.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Exactly, sir. I agree with your point. And one of the biggest reason is that, sir, I want to say something before I want to convince you. I am at my village today. I visited my village for some, marriage ceremony. So don't focus my background for vocal singing. Some villagers, ladies villagers singing. So don't focus. So yeah, I agree with your point, sir. And what is the biggest reason for that? Because India is a diversity country. Here is the big diversity uh, by because here is many culture, many language. India has many culture, many language. That's why the reason there other state government don't allow to do something and sit together and do something together. So that's why I see this type of different. I think this is the minus point for our country. Recently, I saw BJP government they break this type of things because our UP government Yogi ji visited in Mumbai and invited all Bollywood celebrity to focus on UP film city. So this is the changing right now,
Good,
and
good. That's what we need. And let
yeah.
me tell you that it is the age of competition. I mean, for the investment, it is competition. Like, say, for example, I give you an example. You all are familiar with Amazon. Amazon wanted to have a second headquarter. One is in Seattle, and they wanted to have something, one more on the east coast of this country. And so, uh, when they said, then basically all the eastern states, they started fighting for it, bidding for it basically. So what they do, they say that, okay, I'll give you this tax break. New York said, I'll give you this tax break. New Jersey said, I'm going to give you this. Pennsylvania said, I'm going to give you this. Ohio said, I'm going to do this for you. So this is what happens, that to attract a business, states have to compete, and they have to show that how serious they are to bring them. And we lack that in Bihar, especially. And so when it comes to attracting the industry, we don't have any incentive. The first thing is that we need a law and order situation in Bihar, which we don't have very good, and that throws all the industry away. That, oh, I don't want to start industry in Bihar, and then I have to pay Lalu Prasad Yadav every month my monthly fee for protection. So you have to really create an environment where we are competitive. And so this is what we are failing right now. We are not able to compete. We are not able to bring any industry in Bihar. I mean, whatever we have, yes, water logging problem is the problem of North Bihar, but why can't we industrialize the South Bihar? Even South Bihar is not industrializing. Why? I don't understand. There is no problem in Patna, Gaya, Munger, all those places. You can have industry, any industry. It's the land is just like that. So Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad, they have failed to attract industry even in the South Bihar. I understand that North Bihar they cannot bring industry because of the water logging, but they have uh, because they are not able to compete, and they simply blame. Like, I was shocked to see that Nitish Kumar said that only the ocean front states develop. We don't have any ocean front. That's why we are backward. What a joke!
Um,
I
yes, sir.
mean, coming
Exactly,
from
sir.
an engineer.
And
I mean, we have waterways. We have Ganga, which British were using it. Mokama was a big center in Bihar for the steamers. So even, I mean, in the British time, we had more trade through Ganga than what is happening now. North India.
Nirdoshi, Premji, and Maithil wants to convey something.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Yes,
first,
sir.
so yeah, Nidharsh, yeah, tell me first.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so Amarnath sir, my point is, you are, as you are rightly said about that Nitish Kumar point of view is totally, forget this kind of development should be happen in Bihar, but his only agenda is to become a prime minister nowadays. That's the thing.
Yeah,
His modification is going on, changing party each and every day.
yeah.
So
and,
this
and,
is
and that's why, I mean, I want to focus us on the issues of the North Bihar. Let's just keep raising our issues.
And
What
I
are
want to
our
add
issues in
something,
the
sir.
North Bihar? Why we are not getting support from the central government? Like, for example, Saradji, if he meets MPs of Indian MPs or ministers, he would demand that one. If I mean, we all can write to the prime minister that uh, what is our issues in the North Bihar and how we have been neglected and
Yes,
why
yes,
we need a separate state. This is why we
absolutely.
need a separate state, so that our chief minister will be the focal point to work with Indian government, Nepal government to take care of all these issues which we have. Because Patna is not even able to take care of Patna, South Bihar. How can they do it for North Bihar? They have no time for it.
right, right, right.
And
Yeah, but
second thing, sir. Sorry for
Maithil.
interrupt you, sir.
No, no,
Sorry
go
for.
go for it.
So
Uh-huh.
second thing, sir. There is people are also literacy ratio is very low in Bihar. So that's why
Yeah,
the reason our politician taking for granted for this situation, and they play jatiwad things
yeah.
in Bihar.
I
So
think
last
right now I
and
see a very good hope in Mithila Student Union.
yeah,
They are doing a good job. We should
and I
support
want
them
to
by the
add more
data
one thing, sir.
generation. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let
So
them work.
second thing is my village located near to river, and every year from my childhood, since my childhood, I see every year flood come on and destroy many my crops, and my fossils also are destroyed every year. So I
Yeah,
think right now every problem every problem has solution is available right now,
yeah.
and people say we are very minded. So अगर इतने सालों से अगर बाढ़ आ रही है तो how much liter comes every years, okay?
Yeah,
So you should map this liter, and how can you take care that water, how can you
yeah.
manage that water as a positive way? So these type of they do not take a step this area,
I mean,
and every
I
year
will-
they
And
make
one more
excuses.
thing, sir, I want to add one more point. Sir, especially in Bihar, we need to research on this topic. Why this flood will come every year, and we need to deep research on that topic. And we need to, sir. You previously said that one already planned. Sir, my English is not really that good, so sorry for that. But मतलब आपने जैसे बताया था जो पिछले बार ये कोई जो बहुत अच्छा प्लान बताए थे ऐसे ऐसे करके हैवी
yeah.
इन्वेस्टमेंट के साथ
I
इस चीज को
look.
रिजॉल्व किया
Uh,
जा सकता है.
yeah, it's already
Yeah, this is
done.
not this is
You
not
don't.
big issue,
No, no, no,
I think.
no.
Yes,
What I'm
sir. And
saying is that
we need
there.
to more focus on education, especially because
Yeah,
of all, especially we if we need on caste wise, then all kind, matlab, especially Brahmin, they all are going well in their life, but in lower caste, they are not able to manage their own family, even don't even able to get food. So it is
yeah,
really a big issue.
yeah. So coming back to your point that we don't need to reinvent the wheel. What I was saying is that in the 1950, Dr. B.K. Army was a very great hydrologist, irrigation expert. He had, I mean, all that Nepal rivers originate from Himalayan top mountains because snow melts, right? That's one thing. And then
Exactly.
there is a rain. So these two water together, they start flowing on the slopy land of Nepal, and as soon as it it hits the border in Bihar, it becomes a flat land. So suddenly, with momentum of this water in the flat land, it spreads on the ground as soon as it hits Bihar. And so you have a two choice. You need to clean all these rivers and make Ganga so effective that Ganga can carry all this water, as water inflow should be equal to outflow. If you make Ganga that efficient that whatever water is coming to North Bihar from the Himalayan mountains, Ganga can take in the same time out to the ocean, we will not have flood. But unfortunately, it is not happening. Nepal, even Ganga is clogged. Nobody cleans Ganga. So what happened is all the silt, silt water is kind of making the riverbed even what you call more higher. Riverbed is going higher and higher. So Ganga's water carrying capacity to ocean is decreasing year after year. So here the outflow is decreasing. On the other hand, because of the higher temperature, global warming, you have more snow melting in Nepal, which were never melting before. So you have inflow of water is increasing every year. So what is the situation? Net at the end of every year, you have more water coming to North Bihar, and you have Ganga is able to take less water every year. So you have recurring flood. And this was already studied. It's not, no more study need to be done. All we simply need is, BKRB did 1950. It's not a huge study. So many countries have done that. All you need is to control this water in Nepal, and Nepal government has to give the land for this. They don't have money. Don't expect them to. You cannot say that.
Wants to tell.
Yeah, so India has to come up with the money. Nepal has to come up with the land. They both should gang up together, and then make this project in Nepal, all the dams and lakes. In India, under the Ganges, you bring all this river to the south and then connect to the other rivers. That was the BKRB raw plan already. So
Prem
plan
wants
is
to
already there. We don't have a will to do it. We need a government will. Central government has to have a will that it is 100 years project, that it will start this project. And that is not happening. I mean, we are so poor in planning that even the Kosi project has not been completed. Same that even that a single project has been going on since 1950s. We have not completed that
in
one.
Nepal also, you see the dams which are there for a long time.
Yeah,
That has to be like they have to like open the doors for the rivers to go when it becomes fully loaded. And over here, like in Gujarat, they did, if we have proper canals. And the thing is that accordingly the water is diverted. Like most of the water from Nepal is being diverted here. They have played around with the rivers in such a way. So
yeah,
if we have proper canals, and as you correctly told, the tributaries are made in such a way that it is diverted in Ganges. Now also, if you go to Patna, when I had gone, most of the till half the river remains dry.
yeah,
So because the water is not reaching there, so if we make proper canals. And also I had a meeting in the Jharkhand government with the ministers, with Badal Patralekha, the agriculture minister, all of them. So they were also telling over there are from Mithila only. The director is from Mithila, the IS. So he had such good plans for aqua agriculture, because Mithila is the hub for aqua agriculture. So that the aqua agriculture has to be more propagated. It has to be internationally like proclaimed. So all that we can talk amongst ourselves, but that has to be advertised.
yeah,
And second thing, on the caste system, what was told in UK only, if we see, I am in all of them, but as I told you, there are around 30 to 31. Every state has an association over here, but Bihar, will you believe, from in the past 5 to 6 years, from six organizations, it has increased to around 31 organizations based on caste, medical, engineering. Among caste also, they have fought. Like they have six organizations, 5 to 6 organizations from Bhumiyar. For Kais, there are three organizations, and
yes,
We Brahmins fight amongst ourselves only. Ki hum bada hoga ki. I am in all of them, I'm in all of them, but I positively try to bring them together, and I am kept in all of them, whatever. But the thing is that you can't run away from caste in UP and Bihar. You have to actually take it in our stride. But at the same time, when the question of state comes, then all of us, people like you and me, have to try to bring all of them together. कि भाई देखो ये स्टेट का बात है, तो इस मामले में हम लोग को एक होना है और डेवलपमेंट
Yeah,
करना है. नहीं तो ये इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन बन गया है, कभी भी इसका कभी भी उद्धार नहीं होगा.
yeah.
तो वो दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट.
I mean, so these are the issues. But the most uh, the question comes, what we can do. So while we can support, one of the things which we can do is that we can help young professionals, engineers, scientists to to migrate to UK, Canada, America, so that we have more professionals who think like us. Right? We need to make clones of ourselves, more professionals, because uh, when people go higher in the education, then they start thinking about all these issues, and then you have
No, they
uh,
are thinking because see, for the past 2 years, I am in IMD and whatever lecture, BR entrepreneur, BR conclave, all these things I have been there. Lot of talk is there, but then the faces and founders which are there in either it may be many faces have come up, so they start advertising themselves. I don't mind if the founders and the who start the charities and foundations advertise their own face and themselves. But what is happening then? They will do various book launches. They will give awards, mementos, bag, dupatta. But what is happening in ground zero with the money you are connecting?
nothing.
Collect nothing, zero. So
Zero.
you advertise your face. That I don't want to take any names because there are so many, but the thing is that all these agricultural scientists, all these business people, all these doctors, many doctors I know here also, they have made websites. ये हम अपने गांव को मदद करेंगे. तो गांव में तो तुम मंदिर बनाएगा, मदद करेगा. तुम बिहार में क्या कर रहा है? दरभंगा या जो बच्चा लोग, लड़की लोग जो पढ़ रही है, कितना जन को तुम जो पैसा खर्चा कर रहे हो, यू हैव गिवन मनी कि आई विल स्पेंड मनी फॉर यू एंड आई विल सी टू यू दैट यू बिकम डॉक्टर इंजीनियर.
Yeah.
If one person helps one person, story is done. Everyone will ask for funding, charity, give me money, my charity foundation, fine. But that same money, how much you are, in the sense, instead of giving, of having meetings in Delhi, how much you are at least giving to one or two person instead of making temple, gurudwara, mosque, how much you are giving for the rising of those different young generation. What
Exactly.
correctly
Yeah.
told, education hona chahiye.
Yeah.
So that's very
I mean,
important.
we don't have a great universities in North Bihar. Even the central university, which was supposed to come, I don't know, it came. There was supposed to be coming a university in Motihari. Did it happen or not? Anybody knows about it?
And
Is the central university functioning now in Motihari?
One, hello.
हाँ पंकज जी.
Yes. What's sir question? Motihari.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a central university coming up in Motihari sometime back, 3 years back. And I don't know if really it happened or not. Do you know what happened to that?
Currently, we have no idea, sir. Because
Yeah.
in starting
So
time,
I
yes,
mean,
for yes, sir.
it's amazing. We have 8 crores of Uttar Bihar population. We don't even have a single national university in North Bihar. So, I mean, why is that? Mithila was a center of education in ancient time, and now uh, we have no education. State government has destroyed the local education. At least, we should ask for a couple of central universities in North Bihar. So like that, which can be done, and then same thing, engineering college. In our time, there was one Bihar Tirhut Engineering College or whatever in Muzaffarpur. I don't know if there is any other engineering college other than Muzaffarpur. Do we have any other engineering college in North Bihar?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, sir.
Muzaffarpur is
Yes, sir.
yes.
No,
Engineering
but
college, MIT.
I want to one thing, sir. Hello, sir. Today we see that a lot of new person joined. So it will be good to
Introduce.
do
Yes.
introduction. Yes, yes.
Okay.
So I
So why
request
don't
to
you guys start from there, or you want Sharad and I to start? Maybe Sharad, you
yes.
should start then.
No, no,
Little
no,
bit.
sir. You
That one of
you both are know it very well, but new
Okay, then you
person.
guys start.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So we see that Vibhuti.
Yes,
First of
sir.
all, start. Yes, yes.
Uh,
Please say something about yourself. Yes.
okay, I am Vibhuti Jha. I am from Madhubani. I am doing BTech from Haryana, and that's my short introduction. Thanks.
Good. Vibhuti.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I see that Prachi. So Prachi, please say something regarding.
She's shy, I guess.
no problem. We can go ahead, but it's good. We are happy that Prachi is there. Shows a
Yeah.
bit of women empowerment. So thank you for
Yeah,
coming.
good. She's the first woman to join. So welcome, Prachi. Uh, okay,
No,
who else?
I
Hello,
think
hello,
her mic
Prachi.
is
Hello.
not able. Is she
Please,
trying
please,
to
please unmute.
speak?
Yes.
Prachi, check your mic.
So there is a mute button at the bottom which has to be pressed, and then
She is our old member, so she know very well. I
Good.
think there is some network issue. Let's see.
Okay.
After sometimes later we take. So
Sir,
Who else?
she is also a student of Roli ma'am and Rajni ma'am in
Oh,
ancient
good.
time. Right now, she is done BTech and now doing job in India right now. So I
Yeah.
told him, hello, Prachi,
Okay, now looks
please say
like she's
something.
back.
Hello, Prachi. Say something.
Hello, my name is Prachi Jha and I am in class 11th. I am from Madhubani. What about you?
Very nice.
thank you very much, Prachi. That's wonderful here.
You are you are starting early this kind of career improvement, which is good. Very encouraging.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your efforts. Try to join daily basis
And
in morning also.
now I request to Surinder sir, if you are audible, then please say something about yourself.
Hello. Good evening to everyone. I'm
Good evening.
audible.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening,
My
Surendra
name
sir.
is Surendra. My name is Surendra Misra. I am from UP, Siddharth Nagar. Basically, I am a teacher, private teacher.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Surendra.
You're welcome. It's short,
And
short
Naveen
intro.
ji, yes, yes, Naveen ji,
Yes, sir. Uh, Hello, everyone. My name is Naveen Kumar. I am from Bihar, Muzaffarpur, and right now I am doing job in construction department in Jaisalmer location for Indian Army, sir.
Nice.
Just it's a very beautiful place, Jaisalmer, Bikaner.
Yes, sir. Many of festival
Big
is
hand
going
for
on
you,
in Jaisalmer.
Naveen, because you work for Indian Army.
Yes, yes. Actually, Bharat Mala Poriyoजना only for Indian Army constructed, and
Yes, yes.
we are matlab, we are very close to Pakistan border, sir. Only 2.5 kilometers near about
Yeah, yeah.
May.
Yes. At least I know that I know where
Great,
to go.
Naveen.
Our methyl food. I am in Jaisalmer.
Yes, sir. Yes. If anyone want to interested to visit in Jaisalmer, please call me when you come.
Sure, I
Will do.
will. Because I live in Haryana, so it's I think near from
Yeah, yeah.
Haryana.
10-hour journey from Haryana
Yeah,
to
and
Jaisalmer.
I do engineering, so most of time I am free, so I can view it.
So Prachi, I also happy that Prachi is from Madhubani. When in November I had gone for this Mithila Gaurav Samman in Madhubani, then I was talking for a long time and sitting having dinner with Mahasethi, the industry minister.
Samir
So
Mahaset. Yeah.
yeah, so is that he was also very happy that all of them actually required a right face, the people who can communicate and bring things together, because it's not easy. They have to balance in various areas. So and then accordingly go about cleverly. So yes, something can happen if things are coordinated. With regard to Motihari also, I know the guy, the DM, I think he's a Maharashtrian over there, some Kapilji, Shirsat Kapilji. So again, Motihari, there are various places. Motihari, some places are there still, although things have become better. There are many places where the police also asks the panchayat and then enters the area. So,
Wow. Yeah.
have become okay, because I had to help someone in Motihari just because, in the sense, his father is a politician, so the person had was arrested. So I just talked to him to leave him for 24 hours. So to the DM. But the thing is that, yeah, the Mahatma Gandhi Central University you are talking about,
Yes,
which
yes,
has,
yes.
I think, 7 academic, 20 colleges, 7 schools, all those things are in the paper. I think it was put forward in 2016 by the Indian government. But only
Yes.
thing is that it is in paper, very beautifully written. It has to be put into practice, and more than practice. If you see, Dharmanga, in many universities don't have only 1 or 2 professors. So
Yes.
the right recruitment has to be done so that people can study. Otherwise, most of the Bihari people have to study themselves to reach where we are. So
Yeah.
Same thing
Unfortunately,
happen
that's
in
what is
school.
happening.
So we need more quality teacher in school too. And because of lack of teaching quality, people students get not even get good education in schools, especially in government school in Bihar, whole Bihar, I think.
Yes.
yes,
This is
correct.
another
Yes.
major reason.
Okay. So,
Sir, I have one
uh,
question. How can we manage time? I mean, especially time management, because I'm so confused. I have to done, I want to done many things, but I'm not able to do because of I don't know what stop me.
Time management can be done. See, people like me and Amarnath ji, see, I am presently global advisor for some 41 organization, director of 2 companies, then also a British politician, what you call MLA over there, a counselor, now an executive counselor, and many a trustee and all that. But it all depends how you delegate the time, even amongst your relatives, and do what is your priority, what is your goal, and then cleverly you have to invest. You have to see how much time you invest on phone, WhatsApp, YouTube, and actually what is your goal. Like Prachi actually might want to become some say fashion designer, or maybe she wants to become an aeronautical engineer. Similarly, Surendra ji, his goal must be something. First of all, what is your goal, what is your vision, and then cleverly you have to delegate your time, that how much time I have to invest where. Because at the end of the day, below the sky, you are alone in this world. Okay, because of your mother you came here. Everything else is a hallucination. So getting out of the ethos of emotional intelligence, and the big span of people you are, number one, you have to understand the concentric circle, neutron, proton, and electron in such a way that you are the neutron. Then first comes yourself. You have to keep your health okay. I
yeah.
will 30 seconds. After health, you have to look at the occupation, because that will bring money. If you have money, then people will ask you. Number three is the family. If you have a family, if you're married, you have to look after your children and wife. But first, you have to look at your own health, your occupation, and with the money, your family. Then comes society, which is a hallucination. But always your goal and vision remains static. So that is important with regard to time management. Rest Amarnath ji is there.
Yeah. So, like I think you already summed it up. The most important person in all your activity is you. You are the center of everything, universe. So develop yourself in every respect. Whatever is your desire to fulfill that. Okay. So that should be the number one priority. and and then of course you don't want to be too greedy that you only want to develop yourself. Give some time to others too, like family and community and all that. But you can give only time to others once you have uh, accomplished something. Otherwise, what can you give? So you have to accomplish first some things in your career, in your financial, in your skill set. Then you are able to share that. Like, for example, right now, and Sharad and I, uh, we have gone through all this for 30, 40 years of tapasya, wherever we are now, and we are able to share our experience with you, because knowledge can be earned by your own experience, but that is very expensive. You cannot experience everything in your life, so you have to learn it from others, and that's where we are coming into picture. And same thing you can do to others, all of you, right? And that's the whole purpose of this mentoring group, that we are trying to share experience with each other, to uplift each other. And so focus your time on studies, your career, and when you are young right now, accomplish your goal, career goal, and then you start little bit giving time back to the society and other people. That's what I would say. And yes, you have to plan. Nothing happens in vacuum. There is, if you think that somebody will give you something in silver platter, no, it will not happen. You have to fight for it. You have to take it. So you have to be a deserving candidate to take it. So keep that in mind, and demand it. Wherever something is yours, you should take it. And that's how it
One more
happens.
important thing is that,
Yeah,
see, in November, December, I had gone for business political meeting to India. I met so many ministers, chief minister, deputy, all those stuff, like all those people. But then so many businessmen. But when I came back over here, it became a khichdi in my mind. What you call a mixture of everything. I should look where, because as you very correctly told, how to divide the time to, you met so many hundreds of people I met. So
yeah,
then I left everything. What I did, every year in the beginning, yeah, you take a small piece of blank paper and write in it, ki Prachi's target is what in this year.
yeah,
Like in 2022 beginning, I had a target, भाई मेरे को ये अवार्ड लेना है, मिथिला का ये करना है, ऐसा करना है, वैसा करना है, and on counselor में ये करना है. I became executive counselor, one above counselor. Like in the whole of Patna or Bihar, there will be three executive counselors. Amongst 147 counselors, I became one. Similarly, 2023 में आपका सबसे पहला टारगेट रहेगा कि भाई, I am Prem ji as a person, single person below the sky. My target is this. I have to do this. So similarly, I took a plain piece of paper. I wrote in it कि Sharad Kumar Jha has to do this in 2023. How? That is my problem.
yeah,
Now, and if you want anything, advice is there from people like Amarnath ji and me. कि भाई, you are going here, there, how to catch the correct road to go in that direction. Because one thing is there, I will take 20 seconds. That, see, managing director, chairman of a company can only become one. And most of these people, you will see, they are the least qualified. They know how to manage people, how to manage time and delegation, and how to run a company and bring business. That is what, whether a life or a company wants. Because your own life is also a business, that is also an organization. You yourself is an organization named Nirdosh, Surendra, Prem, Prachi, or Maithil. You are a single entity organization. That's why in law you are termed as a single legal entity. So that's why that has to be kept in mind. And first make a target for 2023 कि मेरे को ये करना है. वो हो जाएगा. बाकी उसको
yes,
रास्ता दिखाने वाले बहुत जन
yeah,
हम लोग.
yeah,
Sir, actually, main problem is I wanted to do many things at one time. I mean, I wanted to do, because I have a huge interest in yoga, especially yoga and meditation. So, but my education line is in engineering, so I can manage this both thing. But sometimes I thought, no, not really thought. I mean, I wanted to do some paintings and kind of some kind of. Especially, I love traveling, so I love I love to do travel. So I'm not able to manage all these things. So this is the main problem. So
Yeah, I
how can I
I
put
in poetry. Okay.
priorities? I'm not able to prioritize all those things.
See, for example, I write shairi and poetry. There are more than 5,000 shairis and poetries. Okay.
Yeah.
I am also the regional head of Europe and Africa for the Poetry Literary Group International.
Yeah.
But again, similarly, one Mr. Rajesh Mishra in Germany, he has only his yoga business. He's from Munger. And then Dr. Asna Narlikar, she has done PhD in yoga, but then her actual money earning capacity is something different. So first you have to see that from where will money come, and then you have to sideways pursue this activity of your yoga and all other activities you're told. When you see that slowly that activity is getting established, then if you want, like then like Dr. Rajesh Mishra who's in Germany, you can leave and make it your business.
Yeah. So far, like in the regular daily life is concerned, you know, since it's a good thing that you have interest in yoga, so try to get up early morning. In the morning, make a routine that maybe, Brahma Muhurt, we call it. Our forefather used to get up at early morning, like 3, 4 o'clock. That is the background. We come from that area, so try to get up in the morning, finish all those exercise and yoga and meditation and pranayam in the morning, early morning, like say 4 to 5:30, something like that. And then from 5:30 is your time for getting ready for your day in engineering uh, uh, classes, and that's what you focus on. Uh, what is the best way is that to uh, to focus in the class, you should try to really concentrate using your meditation, that you have to do less work at home. So if you are too much focused in the class, then you will remember things much better. So use your meditation technique, different meditation technique, whatever you like, uh, and that way we focus on in your class. And then uh, keep your all the homework for that classes in the evening. Try to finish as much as possibly you can. This should be the practice. Don't postpone anything for tomorrow. Whatever is needed, all your homework, everything, it should be. You should maintain a diary. I would strongly suggest either on the Google or hardcore diary. You should see, and you should plan. You should also plan every week. I see in the West we didn't have. I was working for Bihar government. We didn't have anything like that. But in the West, for any job you go as young engineers, that's what I learned. I was surprised that this thing happened on this side. Every year, right in the beginning, in the first quarter, your top down planning happens. So department will have its own goal, and then department manager will share that goal of the department with all its engineers or whoever is the employee. And then basically at individual level you own a subset of that goal. And so now that goal has been given to you. Now your charter is to come up with a plan how you are going to accomplish that and put it in the writing. And that is the plan you discuss with your boss, and feedback goes up. And then this becomes a goal for you for the whole year. And basically you are measured at the end of the year on that goal, how you accomplish that one. And you are monitoring throughout the year. I don't know if the system exists in India or not in the private sector. Maybe it's there now, uh, but there are different names for this in this country. But basically, every company has. I have seen it. IBM, Intel, you name it. All the companies. In the beginning of the year, make the goal. When I was manager, I used to give the goal to my all engineers and basically work with them that how they are help them a little bit how they are going to accomplish that. uh, and throughout the year we discuss that one. Yes, you can keep changing a little bit here and there whatever is needed, but overall big picture keep in mind. So
Lead
uh, yeah, so that is what. So maintain a diary, and then always we all should reflect like Friday or Saturday. Take at least 1 hour to review your week. What did we do in the week? There should be a time of reflection. We are not very good at that. We Indians, but Western, I see that a very good practice. Everybody here at work, I have seen at Intel and IBM, they have a time slot on Friday for an hour or two. They don't go to any meeting. They would just reflect on how the week went, what went right, what didn't go very well, what need all that, and based on that, they would plan for the next week, how the week should look like next week. So that reflection time gives you idea how did you do well, evaluate your this week, do the postmortem of that, and then plan your next week or week after. You see your projects and everything, all you are working on, you should have it on the Excel or Google Sheet, all your projects list, and kind of weekly goals of that project, and see how we are doing it. Same thing for the students. You also can do that. Whatever you have to accomplish, all the homework or test and all these, uh, fit it in your. That way, you learn how to plan. As a technocrats, we are a planner first. We create everything in our head first, and then we execute and then make it happen. Right? That's what we do. So we are basically a planner. We plan first, then we do execution. So we
Nirdosh wants to ask one question.
yeah. Go ahead now.
Yes, sir. Not, I have no question, but I want to say something. I agree with Sharad sir because few years back I was also puzzled in my life and I was very tense in this because my hobbies are traveling, singing, learn to how to play the piano. Also, I wanted to learn dance. So I was very proud plus what I do in my life. So after sometimes later I made some routes how I which things I do first. So I made firstly I want to make a fixed source of income. I want to make my fixed financial. First I want to handle my financial issue. Then I will pursuing these all things like traveling, learning, and I made and right now I reach my destiny and I think next year I will be start all things in my life. So I think
On
yes.
this, I
So
would like to tell two things. Number one is that, like Nirdosh told, that I have seen in Bihar that most of the people last time also I had told want to do teacher giri. They want teacher so that they can have Nyot and Jawar in the villages nicely and then sit in the house. And then number two, they want to do accounting or they want sarkari job, government job. So one one needs to get out of that syndrome and then do sales and marketing, go away from Nyot and Jawar and go to other parts of the country also. And number two is that Amarnath ji told a very good thing which I follow, that maintaining a diary. It's a sort of diary only, but I never throw a rough paper. I collect it and behind in the blank area because I keep on speaking to so many people every day, hundreds of people, since I'm connected with people all around the world. So, say I am speaking to Surendra ji. So, then what I do, I write on top Surendra when I am speaking, and then I simply keep on writing when we are speaking the main points. So that later on, again, when I speak to Surendra ji regarding some business or regarding whatever, I know what I had. Because, say, the name Surendra, I might be speaking to 10 Surendra. So I want to remember that what I spoke. So I look at that and speak. So other person also feels good that yes, he remembers everything. Yes, Surendra ji, you wanted to tell something. Sorry.
Sir, actually, Nidosh ji, I want to ask one thing. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry, Nidosh. So आपने क्या मतलब जो हॉबीज था उसको छोड़ दिया था just because of you wanted to first you wanted to make earning source and then you started you're gonna start following your hobbies.
no, first I left for some time. मतलब कुछ दिनों के लिए मैंने उसको साइड में करके पहले अपना क्योंकि जैसे कि लाइक आई वांट टू ज्वाइन डांस क्लास सो देयर फीस इज 5000 पर मंथ सो आई वांट टू पहले
Exactly.
तो मैं 5000 अर्न करूँ ना देन आई वांट टू ज्वाइन
If something is free of cost, I mean, if you want to do something and that is free and what should then आप क्या करते?
Sir, I think free everywhere not available. Okay,
I mean some.
so
Okay.
See that you are the best judge. That's why you have gone to college. Uh, once we become the graduate, we are expected that we can manage our thoughts and thoughts of others. That is the point of graduation. We are Once you graduate, doesn't matter which discipline you are in. After that, you are supposed to be able to direct other people, including yourself and others. You know, as a graduate of any field, you can become a supervisor or manager. So basically, you have to guide others. So first, start planning for yourself. You have to manage what is important. I think like sports or hobbies are also important. We need to relax. We need to relax our mind. Otherwise, we'll go crazy. So you cannot neglect that. Only thing is that you have to balance it, and nobody knows better than you what are the things important for you. I mean, it, not even any counselor can go, psychologist can go in your mind and make a determination for you. So you evaluate everything, plus minus. Everybody has fixed time of 24 hours. 8 hours is gone in sleeping at least, right? So that gives us 16 hours. That's all we have, the budget of 16 hours. So figure out, like, what you can do and what is important. That's why diary is very important. I want to say a story on the diary thing. In my last job, I met a sales and marketing guy, and he maintained a diary. He was there like 30 years in that company, where it was well, which company was that? It was not Air Liquide, it was Lindy PLC. So he was engineer. He has been in many 30 years working for that company, and he had diary of each year, which he kept on his self. And he said that if you ask me 2000 January 15 what things happened that day, I can tell you, because I have organized all my diaries here. I can tell you what meeting, what happened, what discussion we did. So he was so organized. So it is very important that more you get organized. Like, he has 30 years of he used to go to all the key meetings. So basically he had history of 30 years in his diaries. He was keeping a note. Second thing is, like, Sharad was saying, that he makes a good note of what to talk, what to not talk. I was a chair of material review board in my last job, and the process change review board, both project, and projects where all the customers are all over the world. And so basically I used to run international meetings, two different meetings, from all people coming from Japan, coming from Korea, Europe, and here US, different sites. And you have to keep track of it. So the way I did was that in the Google, I had a sheet for each project, and I did the project plan for this. That in the Google, for each project, I know who is the stakeholders, who is the doer, who is a reviewer, and all those I wrote in everything there. And then in every meeting, whatever whatever the discussion happened, based on that, later on after the meeting, I would put record in it, who said what, who need to do what, and all that, and organized it. And then based on that, I would publish the meeting minutes for everybody, that what action is required out of them, and basically what happened in the meeting, so that they understand, everybody understands, all the stakeholders understand it. So this is how you develop it. Excel, or your diary, or things, or your piece of paper, whatever is convenient for you. You have to make a good record of it. And keep in mind, we are supplier and we are customer. I always tell this thing, that we all are supplier and we all are customers, and we have to satisfy to all our suppliers need, and we also have to satisfy to all our customers need. So basically, we have to have communication going on both ways,
Yes.
and meet their expectation, so that uh, if you meet their expectation, means you are a good businessman, right? And that is exactly what we have to do in our relationship also. Don't overcommit. In India, I see that everybody say, "Oh, aa jaiye, kal ho jayega." Don't do that. Whatever, whatever you can do diligently, only commit to that one.
Yes, yes. The thing is that that in the beginning I used to look at a paper because my writing was good, and then I used to speak. Now I know around 14 to 15 languages, and so what I did that I used to go to various conferences in here or in India, and I started speaking on any subject. When I was going in the train to the place, I used to just look at in Google the master points of new technicalities, the new concepts coming in anything. I tell you, it may be retail management. Once I spoke on chemical science. Once I spoke in Sanskrit in Pandulipi. So just used to look at the points and used to elaborate on those points. So slowly, what happened that I could tell extempore. Now, when anybody asks me to come immediately right now, it's okay, Sharad sir, Sharad bhai, please come. We are having this conference. I tell fine. So I used to go, and now I can speak. Once they had given me 5 minutes, I spoke for 55 minutes. Finally, I had to stop myself that they were engrossed. So, but the more you speak, the more your English becomes good, and the more knowledge you get, because the thing is that if you are speaking in any subject and looking at the news latest concept, then what happens that in a social gathering also you can speak, you can share knowledge. So it's very important to get into the habit of speaking. You might speak some broken English, you might speak here and there, but at the end of the day you will get a knack of different words, and then go about speaking. So what happened that when you write journals, looking at the dictionary, looking at Hindi words or English words, and then trying to speak on it also, then again your speaking capacity becomes good, and then you start being known in the world as a person who is quite knowledgeable, and being in the right gathering, because gathering starts accepting you. So there are various ways to refine yourself with regard to speaking on different subjects and being confident about it. So that is also another gameplay which one has to learn gradually as soon as possible. But again, one thing which Amarnathji told very correctly, in the beginning I was going everywhere. Now my position is that I look at the priority, that yes, this is my goal. Like Surendraji, I think he was there, he had told that I am into construction. So you have to be fixed in your goal. But otherwise, if you are speaking about pharmacy, if you are speaking about, say, beautician, that is not your goal. So it's important to look at your goal and attend conferences, free conferences, networking, and all that, so that you are known in that area in which you want to get specialized. So that is also important.
Yeah. And one more thing which we kind of overlook in India is that everybody pushes, like parents, family pushes to become like engineer, doctor, because there is sure shot that you can make a good living there. But I mean, once you are, say, for example, in the engineering college, or let's say when you are graduating, you have to figure it out what actually you enjoy the most. Say, for example, you have done your engineering degree. Now engineering has so many fields. You might be mechanical. For example, I was a mechanical engineer, and I wanted, when I graduated, by the time I third year, fourth year, I was more interested in production manufacturing environment. I realized that one, like classes like statistics, statistical process control, those quality, those kind of classes were more interesting to me than the thermodynamics or design, those kind of stuff. And so I I realized that that is my niche area which I have. If I work, I will do better. Okay. And so same thing, you all have to figure it out, that which area you want to develop yourself, because it is a vast area, right? Any discipline at undergraduate level which we graduate, and uh, so that's one thing. Second thing is that in India we have urgency. Everybody thinks that after like undergraduate we should immediately go for job. uh, Fine, in the old age, let's suppose if somebody has to earn the money for the family, it was okay. But now, uh, you know, for example, Surenderji, his son is now engineer. His son doesn't have to earn money to feed the family. He has a free hand right now, so he can explore higher studies, like go for more studies, masters, PhD, be a research scholar, do something different than simply earning the money. It's not that when you pursue those kind of goals, you don't earn money, you earn even better. So have a higher goal to do something better for yourself, not simply to be the in the milling job just till you finish your undergraduate and now first thing is that where I can get a job. Uh, mm, Even if you get a job, you should think about it. And so it brings me back to the education. As I have been telling you guys that India, we are a very good developing country, but keep in mind that out of the 100 top universities in the world, India doesn't have a single one right now. So it means you can imagine that education we get in India is still a second class or third class. So you really need to go to Western Education Institute to get the test of real education, what it is, how it is being done. So have a goal. If you have a no restriction of family making money and all this, you have time when you are young. Like for example, Prachi is young; she is 10. Why can't she plan a future like that? That okay, I'll whatever field she choose, she can go all the way to PhD, become expert in that area or professional in that area. So that's what I would recommend, that you guys should have a bigger goal. Don't limit yourself in little things. That I have done bachelor's, that's enough for me. I'm going to be happy with this job, and the rest of my life is this.
Oh, Premji wants to ask something.
Go for it, Premji.
You're on mute. You're on mute, sir.
Sorry, sir. So thank you so much, sir, to highlighting various points in this meeting. So my only point is that for both of you, Sharad sir as well as Amarnath sir, for can you highlight some points for immigration process kind of thing for working professional?
For you,
Okay.
immigration,
You
we have immigration laws over here. Number one, who can direct you in the right direction. Number one point. With regard to UK. Number
Mhm,
two, over here, in your case, the working professional means if you want to find a job over here,
mhm.
then to required there is something known as highly skilled visa over here. So you can it has again come up. It was stopped in between. So you can apply on that front and see if you come over here and then try to find in a job in a bank. Number two point. Number three is that you will need to come here as a student. Like my brother-in-law resigned from Tata Steel after working in there for 25 to 30 years. Now he has come to study over here by taking loan and all that. And then you will
Okay.
have to work hard. No one will come and give it in your mouth. You will come. You will have to work hard to join any company and then get them to sponsor you, and then you can work in the present circumstances over here. After 1.5 year of study, you can work for 2.5 years, and then after 5 years, you get permanent residency and then citizenship. So that is the second thing. Third thing, number four thing is that if you have a company over there, you come over here as a sole proprietorship visa, representing that company in UK, and then starting a branch of that company over here. But the most cheapest way is that cheapest again. You see, there are different kinds of universities over here. So some might cost 1 crore rupees, some might cost 10 lakh rupees, 15 lakh rupees. So you come to study over here, and from there the story starts. So that is with regard to UK, and the rest Amarnath ji will be able to tell about USA.
Because
Yeah.
sir,
So
Because sir, for study, if I think about for study, right? So I'm sure we should have kind of family support, right?
No, with regard to Bihar and Jharkhand, I know there will be no family support. So you have to work hard for get the loan, because I have seen boys over here like you see Dr. Alok Chaudhary. He, when I
Right.
had seen him 20 years ago, 25 years ago in this country, he had come over here with oil on his head directly from Nehra village, from a very low profile company family. And now if you see, he is the director of the in the executive board of directors in the whole of Warwick University, and he doesn't spend time over here going to Bihar Association, Mithila community, and all those stuff. He he only speaks कि भैया मैं आपसे बात करता हूँ, or otherwise he will be talking to the right people who are useful to his in the sense. At the same time, he has respect for Bihar, and whenever I ask him, and as Amarnath ji had told, he specialized in flood mitigation, water, and all that also. Although he has studied from IT, industrial engineering, but then you see, he was from a village and he had no money, but then he somehow took loan and all that, and he came here and he worked hard to make a life for himself. So, uh, like our immigration laws will show you the way how to do it, and then you have to somehow, like the Gujaratis and Punjabis, come over here and work very hard day and night, like the Biharis work hard to become an IAS or IPS officer.
Yeah. So, so let me tell you about this side. So basically, right now the hottest immigration is happening is to Canada, and like Biharis are trying to go to Punjab. All the Punjabis are their dream is to come to Canada. And one of my friend was telling a story that in Punjab situation is like this, that let's say for example the boys is not good in studies. So what they will do is that if the boy is not good in studies, they will find a match for him who is good in studies in the college, and then they will do even Punjab agreement, a premarital agreement, that okay, girl, you go to Canada, we will support you financially and all that, whatever. And once you become the professional there, you will sponsor my son, and you'll marry. So those kind of prenuptial agreements even they do to immigrate. So basically Canada is right now very open, but best way for immigration is in any country, doesn't matter, is to go as a young student. So that's why I am trying to impress that we need to create an environment where when the students are like second year, third year in their undergraduate studies, doesn't matter, even in mathematics or say physics or chemistry, uh, maybe it will be the CM college or engineering college, anywhere in the country, they should be able to start working on this if they have a dream of coming, because whole admission process takes couple of years, and then you come as a student to all these countries. Okay, and that is the best way of we are not going to go on all the different types of immigration. I'll go on the student process, how it is done in America. I'm surprised to see that it has not changed at all. Whatever it was 40 years back when I came on a student visa, still it is the same. So it is so a stable process. Okay, so what happens in the American universities is that your goal is to come here. You don't want to pick the top university like Harvard or Yale or Princeton. You know, there are everywhere universities in this country, and they all universities are better than Indian IITs. Let me put it this way, because
Okay.
they have they emphasis on more practical experience, not simply the theoretical experience we get in India. Uh, we don't have huge labs there. Here, every little thing they have a great lab, and lab experience is more important than simply the theory. So people are more practical here, and so basically you plan in the second, third year, or if not, then plan like a professional like I did it. It took me 5 years to come after I started working. because I didn't know anything how to begin the process. And like you guys are already working in your field, so some of you are thinking about it for your children or yourself. So that's fine too. There is nothing wrong with that one. So you come to in any field you like to come, whatever field is sociology, science, economics, not MBA, I would say, because MBA is a very hard field. I'll discuss that as a separate topic. So
Journalism,
basically,
history,
science,
any
technology, math, and engineering, STEM field, we call it here in this country, STEM field. Science, technology, math, and engineering. You can directly apply from there. You don't need a middleman. I'm talking about United States right now. There are list of universities, and I'll put a list of that one also in the NRI Mithla mentoring. There are all the links and everything there are, and you can do the Google search like I said last time. uh, University, graduate school in mechanical engineering, graduate studies in electrical engineering or physics or mathematics. You get a bunch of universities, and then some of you can talk to me. I'll help you in tailor the universities. And then it is online application. You apply, you take couple of test of English as a foreign language, which you all will pass. And then GR is graduate record examination test, which is just a kind of basic reasoning test like the probationary officers type of examination test we take in India. uh, some of you are in the bank, same type of test, GRE. And books are available for both in India, everywhere. You can get it online, those books. And it's very simple practice. You take a practice. There are 4 or 5 times those kind of tests conducted in India. You take those tests, and the 5 universities you have selected for application, you can enter that in those tests. Your score will come to that university, those universities, and based on your everything, they will accept or reject you. Once you are accepted for the admission, then they will issue a I-20. I-20 is a kind of that, yes, this candidate, this candidate is okay for joining the student. You Once you have that one, then it will have a condition that you have to financially support. Okay, we get scared at that point because we think
Right,
that, oh
right.
my gosh.
That's the main point, sir.
Yeah, so this is what I'm explaining. So the thing is that uh, you can also apply for financial assistance. They called it financial aid. So university have all for undergrad, for the graduate student, masters and PhD students, there is a financial aid available. That is for international students. There are two types of aid available, which is one is called graduate research assistantship, and other is called teaching assistantship. As it's explanatory, if you are a research assistant, uh, you become an associate of a professor on a research project, and the research grant will pay you. If you become a teaching assistant, basically you might be able to teach a small beginning level classes, or maybe you can do the help in the lab, or you can become uh, you would be grading the students, undergraduate students, something like that, this kind of job. And that pays you good enough that you can survive. Okay, so suppose what if normally you don't get that kind of scholarship assistantship you don't get in India. So what you do is that basically you have to keep in mind that you have to manage for a semester cost. How do you do this? This is what you do, is that you take whatever money you have little saving for a semester, yourself, you keep that, plus you go to the banks nowadays are giving loan. Even when I came in 83, I took a 25,000 rupees loan at that time. That was the maximum loan they were giving for international students. And then um, so like that, I managed some money to come. Also, sometimes you have to show that, hey, how you are going to support yourself. Besides this source, you temporarily borrow from your friends and relatives and show it in the put it the money. I did that one too. You put it in your account for temporarily for 10 days, and you get a certificate from the bank that you have 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs, like uh, uh, you know whatever is the requirement for a semester, basically just for a semester, how much money you need for a semester. Based on that, universities you calculate, and you show that money in your bank, and you take a certificate from bank, and then uh, you take that record. With all these record, you go to the consulate office for the visa, and uh, if you are lucky, you will get your visa. That's how it is. And then once your goal is to come to this country, believe me, once you are here, there are thousand ways to earn money. So once you are here at the university, graduate school is very easy for Indian students because all the classes happen in the evening. You will take 2 or 3 classes at the most in the evening. So 3 days in evening, you are engaged for 3 hours, 6 to 9. Monday, let's call it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you are taking 3 classes. So three trays, and then you have plenty of work to after finishing your homework, you have still a plenty of time. And then you will work with your associate, other students, you'll figure out what can you do. There are some odd jobs you can do. You can work in the restaurant, you can Indian, there are a lot of Indian shops around here. They can pay you on the cash, $10-12 an hour. So like that, people do the job, and you make enough money to survive. And then before you know it, your first semester is gone. Once you are a resident student, then they know that, okay, this student is here. India, they don't want to give because they don't know if this student is going to come or not. That is the problem. So once you are here, definitely I can say that 90% of the students, they get the grant in the next semester to study, and after that you are on your own. So basically there is some initial investment, but after that you pretty much are able to manage it. You don't need any money from the family, and you continue, you finish your degree, then life goes on.
As
uh,
Aji very correctly told, everything is on the website, like the UK Border Security Force or the Canadian website, High Commission website. So if like I filled so many forms and so many times, I never went through a middleman or any immigration, because everything is clearly written over there. What form? So if you, instead of 1 or 2 days, instead of looking at some YouTube video, if you spend some time in intricately looking at the every link, UK Border Security, it's very user friendly. You can find everything.
yeah,
And with regard to Canada, one thing is good, that once you get over there, then in 2 years they give permanent residency, and after that you can apply for citizenship also,
yeah,
unlike UK and the European countries.
yeah. I mean, Canada is right now the best way to immigrate, because they are looking for people. There is they want
Yes.
professionals
Yes, sir.
from all over the world. And believe it or not, that Punjabi from both sides, from Lahore and from this side, I mean, they have flooded Pakistan has flooded with their Punjabis, and our Punjabis have also flooded that place. So now Punjabi is the third language in Canada: English, French, and Punjabi. So
Over here also, if you go to some of the stations in UK like Southern and all that, even the name is written in Punjabi, and
yeah,
in some places in Hindi also. So
yeah. So I mean, I know that we are waking up at the last Gujarati. There is almost every family you go in Gujarat, you will find that somebody is in America right now, and they come. Same thing with Punjab. Punjabis have craze for Canada. So every Punjabi family has somebody in Canada. So I think that now it is Mithila turn. We should focus on our Mithila while we struggle and fight for things to improve back home, irrigation system and other system, political system. This is easy way that for the middle class, that get out of there. No need to fight for the job you can make a better future for yourself in these countries here: Canada, America, USA, UK, Australia, New Zealand. These are the 4 5 countries.
only thing
uh,
is that I have seen that many people who come here, like many people close to me also, they want to sit in the room, hostel room or work room, and then they want someone to come and give them a job or something. You will from day one come and work hard. That
Yes,
yes, I have
yes,
to work
yes,
hard, find
yes.
everything, make the right
Yeah.
networking, and
And then I mean,
And
it is all up to, like, you have to do the efforts, right? Nothing happens. Theory of karma, I mean, you have to do some work. And then people, those who do the work, you have to have a desire first. Don't kill your desire. If you don't have a desire, then you try to, just because somebody else is there but you don't have a desire. I have told you the stories on that one. Let me repeat again, since there are some new people. When I was in
just
Patna.
one thing, Amarnath ji, I have to go out somewhere with family, so I will be leaving
sir,
now. I will join next time. But
Okay,
so to
sure.
sir,
so
Okay,
sir, I have
you
one
Thank you
question.
so much, Sharad sir.
Hello,
ask him. Yeah, ask questions
hello.
before he leave. I can
Thank
stay a little longer.
Yes, yes, sir. I have also question regarding Prem question. So I want to know from Sharad sir also and Manoj sir also. Sir, all we know that in 2022, above 7 lakh students migrated for higher education in abroad from India. So practically, I want to know from UK countries and USA countries, sir. So maximum students till now went from India, migrated from India. They are work. They are only their focus is only job purpose only, or they a lot of students now the director or company's owner, this type of percentage.
the number one is that out of that, see, every there is a session in UK, there is a session in September and one in January. Yes, so most of the people who come, number one, they are either like a daughter or son of a big businessman who come to just to get MBA over here and have some fun and then go back and assist in their business. Number one point. Number two point, there are many, mainly Gujaratis, Punjabis I see from day one, they do their homework, sell their land, sell their house or put it on loan, and then come over here and then work hard. But then their community members, the Sikhs and the Gujaratis, help them to get a job and go around. Yes, which is not there in us Bihari, because Biharis, I told you, there are 29 organizations over there fighting amongst themselves, mocking each other and all. So, so when as a Bihari you come, whether you like it or not, you are on your own. Then what will you do? Then, like Gujaratis and Punjabis, many Biharis who come here find the weather very cold. They want to go back. So when you come here, you have to think that Canada and UK will be very cold. Yes, you have to live with that. And see what kind of dress I am wearing, such a big this thing. So it's still 2 degrees over here. So, and then you have to go around and happy with any job, whether it may be working in McDonald's, Burger King. Don't think that I am in a bank or an engineer over there. You will have to work here in a petrol pump also. And then 20 hours a week. And the money you get from that, in 5 months only, your loan will be over 6 months with that money, because sideways you work here and there somewhere also. And then you have to do the right networking with your area of people, that sir, mera kaam khatam ho jayega, then please give me a job. I will work hard for you. So some other sponsor will be there, some other company will be there who will help. But you always have to remember that UK is as big as only Karnataka. Now, lakhs of students come in January and September with the same kind of dream as you. Okay, and now Karnataka will accommodate how many people? Their people who live here, they are only unemployed. Yes. So the thing is that again, Canada is quite a big place. They can accommodate more people. So UK is not which was during our grandfather's time or grandparents' time. It has become full of people. So I think, frankly speaking, whether you like it or not, to tell the truth on the face, I think India is much more better right now with regard to employment capacity than European and UK countries. So I think you are better off over there. But then also, if you have this ambition कि हमको USA, Canada, UK जाना है, डिग्री लेंगे, अरे यार वो डिग्री को ब्यूटीफाई करके बायोडाटा में क्या करोगे? तुम when you are coming over here, you have to work hard, get a job, and then finally again remember that you are alone और अपने लिए कुछ करना है, family के लिए कुछ करना है. I am into business and politics. Do you imagine how much obstacle I would have gone through from the house till the family and outside? Since all the methyls are only job oriented people, imagine how much obstacle I have gone through and I am going through. to become a celebrity and a man who has like stepped in the ladder of success.
Yep.
So you have to take all that in your stride, the stress, tension, and balance your mind and go ahead. Whether here in UK, Canada, wherever, never nothing comes easy at Amarnath ji told. So then also, if you want to come here, because over here, unlike India, post graduation, MBA or any degree in 1 year, not like 2 years. You will have only 1 year to make that networking, conferencing, and get a sponsorship and a job. Otherwise, you go back after 1.5 years. So that you have to remember. When you go back, thousands or lakhs of people nowadays get degrees from UK, Canada, Europe, France, Germany, whatever. So it's not very valuable like before. Over there also you will have to do. हाँ तो आपके पास डिग्री है तो है बताइए आपका क्या एक्सपीरियंस है तो you have to remember that wherever you go you will have to work hard and the currency of pound and dollar is similar to India now. It is not like before कि यहाँ पर आप कमाए तो वहाँ पर भी it has become very expensive when I go. India has also become quite on the top list with regard to spending. You go from here to but you take an Uber, you go from one place to other. One way journey will cost you 1,000 rupees or 800 or 1,200 rupees. Two-way will cost you 2,500 rupees. So you have to consider all these, then only make the dream that मेरे को बाहर आना है क्योंकि बाहर भी आकर आपको वैसी मेहनत करना पड़ेगा जैसे आप इंडिया में करेंगे चाहे जॉब के लिए चाहे इसके लिए. Only good thing will be that there is less pollution. It will be very clean. Third thing is that there is good law and order, which is not इंडिया में law and order ठीक हो जाएगा तो 50% काम ठीक हो जाएगा. So all these things have to be kept in mind before uh, having an obsession to go abroad. Thank you.
Okay, sir. And one thing, sir, I want to know that suppose as for example, in Mumbai and Delhi, is as like a Wipro company, Infosys company is also running in India, and a small company as like private limited company, we see that in India, a lot of companies in running right now, and they have also more than 100 staffs working. So this type of company is available in UK and USA.
No, these kind of
So lot of
companies are
students every year.
of them. Many of them are into
Yes, and
collaboration.
rule and regulation. Suppose one company has a branches in UK and USA and India. So if they want to know our all staff from Indian, will it will be possible or not? So in UK company's branch, they want to own a staff from direct from India. It will be possible. This type of function is what the practically.
No, this is happening. See, many of the South Indian people from Tamil Nadu, Andhra, they will be
Yes.
outsourcing the over there. They have small call centers. But over here, most of the companies, they don't have too much manpower. 7 people, 10 people, 12 people, and 100% you are telling too much. So they outsource for money to India. But at the end of the day, why will they keep a person over here when you are very correctly telling that they can get for less money by outsourcing accounting work or banking work to India. So it is already being done from here to there, but from there to here it is not happening because of the scarcity of cheap manpower over here. So you can come over here or anywhere in the world. In fact, the world has become very liquid. But anywhere you will have to come with the focus that you will have to work hard for yourself and be a bit confidential also, not advertise that what you are doing. As soon as you advertise your innovative thoughts, new ideas, or your ideas, what you want to do in life, immediately there will be people who will be pulling your shirt that no, I will not let you do, and you will put negative thoughts in your mind, or they will take away your innovative ideas to do their own business immediately. So you have to be a bit confidential about your inner thoughts also. You can share with me like Amarnath ji, but as soon as you share amongst your relatives or everywhere, then there will be more negativity and then positivity, and at the end of the day, nothing will happen, and you'll be where you are with lot of stress and negativity in mind. So that also has to be kept in mind.
Okay. Okay.
Like first in the previously, I used to tell everyone कि देखो मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ, ऐसा करना चाहता हूँ. Nowadays, what Sharad Kumar Jha is going to do In 2023, no one knows. When I do, then people, अरे आप बताएं नहीं क्या कर दिया, हम बोले कि हाँ भाई क्या करें, I just did. Because as soon as you will tell, there are various kinds of forces, so you have to deal with everything, so you have to keep that also in mind.
Okay, okay, sir.
All right. So let
Thank
him.
you so much, sir.
You ask him questions, and then once since he has to go, I can tell you from American and Canadian perspective things a little bit.
ठीक है तब, thank you, and we shall join again next week. Thank you very much, Amarnath ji.
Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Sharad sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you so much.
Sharad ji,
Thank you so
हाँ
much, sir.
one
Good night, sir.
one time I need to talk to you about my son. We have to do some social
जी,
thing.
we should talk separately on that because we have time. The UK and the US time is okay for night, so
Yeah. Yeah.
we shall
Some
Yes,
other
yes.
talk.
time.
Okay.
This is about my young son who is a professional, 32 years. So no time for social connection for his second chapter. He is in career, but now we want to see if we can get married and all that. So that
Yes,
is
we
the
shall talk
topic.
later today at night because when the Indian time is over, we shall surely do that. Thank you very much.
We can do some other days. It's not rush, or maybe next time when we meet. I mean, this is not something to
No, no,
happen
absolutely.
right
Any
away.
day, today or any day we can go. That's not a
Yeah. Okay. All right. So thank you. Okay. Good night.
problem. Thank you. I
And
just
yeah.
actually be going to the gym because I take a point every to do great to do exercise. So the gym will close. That's why
Yes.
today I'm done. So I
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you are a great role model for all of us. Look at
Yes,
it,
sir.
Sharad. He is
Exactly.
just like any of us, right? And he just he did his journey, and now he's there in politics. And like Sarad, right now in America there are two ladies. If we are lucky, maybe one of the Indian daughters, like immigrants' daughter, may become president next year. So
Very
in,
nice.
in, in America, we have two political parties, as you know, Democratic and Republican. Kamala Harris is vice president already. So this guy, Biden is kind of old. Let's see, hope that he wants to run again. Hope but that by default she become prime minister. But on the other party, Republican Party, Nikki Haley he used to be a governor of a state. Her father was from Punjab, and she is very potential candidate. So she is going to be in the fight for the nominee of Republican Party. So see how things are progressing. So uh, this is how happens. Like one generation does some work, then next generation goes further.
Thank you. Then speak to all of you soon. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Talk to you,
Thank you so
Sarah.
much,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. So you heard him. Like one of the thing I picked up is that Britain is a small country, okay, but Britain is not the end of the world. Now, compared to Britain, we have here, United States is almost three times as big as India. Canada is almost like 5-6 times as big as India, and so Canada is right now basically Canada is equally cold like Britain. But people are living here from all over the India. So why can't you? And so I would say that Canada is the number one pick right now, and then would be United States. For the both countries, two things you can for Canada. What you can do is that some of you who can come directly for studies, that would be the best option. But those of you who cannot study but you want to go to Canada, you can online complete the application process, which what was his name, Sudhanshu, or somebody had explained to you guys last week. You can review that old video, or you can invite him again. There are all the forms are online available. It's simple 2-3 page form. There is no big deal about it. Everything about yourself. So I would say that that is those professionals who don't want to go to college, university now, you can complete that form if you have interest, and then wait, see what happens. and then keep connecting with the people just like you are doing it. We'll try to also give you some connection and continue your search. Second is option is to come as a student. Again, there are, you can see all the universities in your field. Say, for example, you are electrical engineer or economist. You can check that graduate schools in economics, graduate school in electrical engineering or computer science, and then you can come for masters or PhD. Again, he explained that one that initially um, you may not get a scholarship, but you will start getting it from the second semester. I know for sure. Exactly the same thing happened. My niece is in Canada in one of the university, Dalhousie University, right now doing masters in computer science, and as predicted, she didn't get anything in the first semester. From the second semester, she got the research assistantship, and then she's doing some outside job also, doing in the computer programming in her field herself. She's very happy. She's comfortably now living. She shares apartment, two-bedroom apartment with another girl, and both girls are uh, studying there and have a good life. And once they graduate, then they can easily, they have already started their immigration process. So they will get their training period, and then training period will convert into the regular job, because whichever company they work for, I'm sure they will sponsor them. So all you need to do is, as a student, you have to apply. You have to apply. You pick your university, which universities you want to go. There is no need. Not everybody goes. Lazy people go for that middleman. There is no need for middleman. You simply apply and you rely on your network uh, first, and discuss with each other. Everybody will do a little piece of research, and you will get the whole picture of it, and we'll help you. We have people there in Canada like Himanshu and others. We'll invite them to help you there. So that is the story. Again, two part. For the professionals who don't want to go to the college process, they should apply directly by completing the form on the government website for the immigration process, and based on your everything, you will get the point, and then you will be in the queue, and then things will start rolling. And those who want to come as a student, yes, you can, and that is the best way to come. So that's the Canada. United States is also equally the same. United States have no program for direct job. So in United States, there are a bunch of Indian software engineers out here from Indian company like Tata Consulting Service, Infosys, you name it, all those companies there. So one way is to be part of those companies and get placed in America, USA. So that is, and in different areas, in the consulting as well as in the business management or whatever it is. So that is one option you have. I know quite a few large bunch of people who come here as a consultant of these of Indian companies, and then they stay there. There many of them, they whole life they have worked uh, as a uh, consultant of Indian company. They are still working, so they are not working for the American company. They are working for Indian companies, serving to the American companies as a computer consultant. So that is the one option. And then second option is only uh, if you come as a student, because other immigration process is not valid for you. There are immigration processes for like brothers, sisters, parents, children, but you will not qualify for that. So only other way for you guys is that you again come as a student in this country. Again, process is simple, just like Britain. He explained the semesters begin in fall and in spring. So basically, August, September is normally they prefer American universities that you come in August, September session, fall session. But some students also they take in January. But mostly the program is geared for 2 years, like which begins in fall. So basically, they prefer that students come in fall. That is their preference, and that is good for students too. So now, what you need to do is that there are a lot of universities here, and you start you select from that list of universities in your area 5 or 10 universities, and I can help you with that one. Individually, anybody if you're interested in your program, whatever area you are in, and then you apply directly to those universities on online. Everything is online, and then, as I said, you need to take two different tests: graduate record examination and TOEFL test of English as a foreign language. And then in those application of those two tests, you will give the name of those 5 universities. Automatically, the test score will go to them, and then basically admission process will begin. It is a rolling one. Suppose if you apply for fall, but not everything is complete, you can tell them that keep it rolling till it is done. So they will put it in the spring. Even if you don't get everything ready in the spring, keep rolling it for next fall. So nothing like here in India that you have application only for one season. It doesn't work that way here. You can be rolling. If you can, it will take you 2 years to complete everything. Fine, you come after 2 years. So this once you have completed those application process, university is satisfied that you meet their requirement, academic requirement. Now comes the financial requirement, and that is where the hiccup comes to most of the Indian students. And to as I said, that you really need to spend. Don't be scared of the 2 years expenses. You really need to worry about one semester expense. How can you manage one semester? And that you have to manage it, no doubt about it. So basically, one semester, what is the expense? You will take whatever is the three courses you will take. So you will see like how much is the fee for 9 credit hours. You can calculate that one. So that is the tuition fee you will have to pay to university, and then your living and cost. So uh, it's think about it, roughly about living cost probably will be $1,000 a month, and you're talking about 5 6 months. So basically, $10,000 of the living cost, another 10,000 maybe for the university tuition. So I'm thinking that maybe 25,000 is what you need to really have in your pocket before you come to this country. So you have to arrange that money. How can you arrange that money? There are different sources. You take some loan from bank will give you some, and you can say that since it is 2 year program, most likely they will give you $25,000 worth of Indian rupees in a loan. You take the whole loan, and because it's easy for you, you can you can easily pay them back once you are here. So you take the full loan for 2 years. That way you don't have to incur any expense from your pocket or your family. Uh, so so loan is one source, then some source from your family, and then third, I would say that even if you don't have the enough, then you can always borrow some money from friends and relatives for a short period, put in your bank, and make it like 2 3 statements, couple of months, as if it is in your bank. It is your money. So you you have 2 3 statements showing that, oh, you have almost 25,000 say dollars in your bank account, something like that. And then that certificate, you send it to the university. They will also want financial certificate, so they will say that, okay, good, so this guy is going to finance himself. Fine, they are happy with that one. And then they will issue what is called I-20. You take it there to the consulate office, nearest consulate office. There are only 4 of them: Bombay, Calcutta, Delhi, Madras, and Hyderabad, I think, is 5 of them. And so whichever region, wherever is your address, based on that, your passport address, you will be going to that consulate. You give them all the paper, university's admission letter, which they call it in technical word I-20, and then all this financial that data, that you have bank statement and all that money you have, you show them everything, and your college degrees and everything. They might ask you a few questions here and there why you are going. So that's something very simple. When that time comes, so we can coach you on that one. Basically, you have to convince them that you are going for higher studies so that you can come back and have a better job or better industry or whatever. Don't tell that you plan to immigrate to United States. So they know it, that everybody is going to stay in America, but you don't have to say that when there. And that's what it is. Once you get the admission, once you get the visa, then you are done. After that, there are so many different airlines, so you book your ticket. It's easy. It's not a big deal. There are things have improved a lot more depending on where you have to go. And you come. Also, you contact since everything is phone and WhatsApp is available. There is a graduate school admission office. You always be in touch with the graduate school admission office. So they will be guiding you. Like, for example, when you are ready to come, you will tell them that are there some Indian student association. Almost every university has international student association or Indian students association. So temporarily, they will house you with them. For example, when I came 40 years back, uh, you know, I became guest of some Indian students before I really got my apartment with a couple of other students. So this is how it happens, that you will come. Sometimes even we went to pick up some students from the airport. Sometimes you will come yourself to university, and then university registrar will arrange that some Indian students will come and pick you up. In my case, I came from airport by taxi to the university office, and then there they had arranged some Indian students to come and pick me up, and then they took me with them. 40 years back, a story I'm telling you. So this is very common nowadays. And say, for example, you guys have to come maybe. Uh, I mean, you come little early. You spend some time. We have people everywhere now in this country. Mithila people will arrange for you depending on where you are. You stay with the Indian family first for a while, or say, for example, if you are in this area of 3, 4, 5 states, you can come to New York, stay with me for a few days, and then you go to the other place. We'll try to find some connection so that life become easy for you. So this is how happens. And once you come here after the semester, you become like everybody else. You start knowing it, then you will be coaching other people. And then second part is that not everybody comes just for money. There is different level of satisfaction people need, right? Some people wants to for example, I had a great government job, but I was not very happy with that one. I wanted to uh, come to United States, experience as a true engineering experience I wanted to have in the production manufacturing, and that's what I did. That was my motivation for coming this country, to have the job satisfaction, what I wanted to do in the uh, top of the industry, any industry. I wanted to be on the top of the line, and I become part of the semiconductor industry. I had patents, publications, and all that cutting edge technology I was working on. So that gave me satisfaction that I was part of the semiconductor industry when it has all started and developed, and I contributed, and so that is second part. Third thing is that once this is the initial stage, you finish your college. Now you start doing your job. Once you kind of have grounded there for a while, then comes the other things. You can start your own company as a consulting company. You can become a investor or venture capitalist, or you can have a startup, and that would be one different areas. Or you can grow in the engineering career, become a engineer. There are two ladders here: engineering ladder and management ladder. It is uh, equally kind of in the money wise. Both are wonderful. So depending on, you ask your listen to your heart, and you see which one area is interesting for you after some time, and then you choose that career in company environment. You can go through the management and career, or you can become your engineering career, and then you grow in that field. And then basically those who are in the management career, from there you have the CEOs, CFOs, all those kind of people. Those who are in the purely engineering career, you see all the top notch scientists and engineers, developers, they are there. And then many times they also jump from one to another. Like I was one of those who jumped on both, from management to the technical side to management. Like for example, I was engineering manager at Intel, and then my son got a job in this side, so I decided to come back to IBM again, which I had worked like in 90s. And uh, uh, they have a job of a senior member of technical staff, which is purely in the development area. And so I switched from the management to technical part. Again, I did the latest development for 2 3 years at IBM in the technology development in semiconductor. And then again I jumped again into the quality management with another company. So we can do that one too. And as you grow, this will be like when you are 5 year 10 year, automatically your career will be kind of telling you what you want to do, what is your career path, and you will hone into that one. So there are different objectives to come. And I would recommend people to come, young people to come to this country, not just because money is not the only thing. There are so many things in the life you want to experience. You already have experience of India, you should experience something new. And then there is nothing like brain drain. People used to say that, oh, my brain drain. I mean, we have oversupply of engineers in India and technocrats. I mean, we have too many of them, right? So if you and I leave India, it doesn't really matter for Indian industry. So why not? But in fact, when we come to foreign countries, imagine over the 40 years how much money I have sent back to India. I mean, imagine that one. Every 2 3 years, I go back to India, and easily I spent like $20,000 in each trip. So here you go. Yeah. So probably I would never even have got that much salary in India, which I have contributed as a NRI to our country, and which uh, which helped in whatever way to India. A lot of so this is what I recommend, that young guys should come. Young guys, when I mean like graduate who are finishing, or those who are like first 5 years of their work career, you should come to United States or Canada as a student. But if you are more than 5 years, then maybe you should come go to Canada and try for the that immigration process, which will be you will be crewed in that one. And then system will find you a potential job, you interview, and the time comes, and then you go there.
So Manasa,
Yes.
so one question in my mind, in whole conversion kind of thing. So right now you are the NI of Indians, right?
Yes.
So
Anybody who is not residing in India,
mhm,
anybody who is residing abroad is a
mhm.
NRI, non-resident Indian. It could be
Okay,
like
totally,
in the Gulf countries or any country, doesn't matter.
totally agree, sir. So my point is that you already have the ancient property in India also, right? Property from
Yes.
grandfather, father. So So I hope. What is about that? You used to visit there, managing there. Someone kept there to manage all the things, or how it is?
Well, I see your question. The deeper question which you are asking is that there are two things. That when the people come outside, you know, you can maintain your Indian passport. That's one way, or you can take the foreign countries' uh, citizenship. So if you are a Indian passport holder, which almost many of us are, then it's very easy. You know, you have all the rights just like any other Indian. You are just living in the foreign country. That's all. So everything what any other person can do, you can do it also. If you take a citizenship of other country, then question comes what you do with the property. So Indian government has a system for that one. They are called Indian Overseas Card, IOC card. You take that. So once you take that, say, for example, somebody who is an American citizen and uh, uh, he wants to have properties in India. You want to buy land or own a house or all those kind of things, or land, whatever, or maintain his inheritance. He will have IOC card, Indian Overseas Card, and then pretty much he can do everything what any citizen can do. Only thing he cannot do is that he cannot vote in Indian election. So that's it. So that's not a big deal. That's not a thing.
Okay,
And
good, sir. Good, sir. So you can live as a normal
right,
earlier. Your father, grandfather, like
right,
right?
right. And then also the third thing is that people like there are many defense job or many jobs which require citizenship. So people take it, but normally wife and husband, the one person will take the citizenship here, the other person will keep the citizenship of India. So that's how also is the management done. So there are three ways.
Good, sir. Good, sir. So, really, frankly speaking, about that, the process and become an NRI. So right now, me, Pankaj sir, or various of our group is wanted to become an NRI of Indian. So wanted to settle down in out of country.
Yeah, I mean there is nothing wrong with that. That's how the desire is right desire, because you have already seen India, and this is the time to see the world, right? And once you, like I said, that imagine that India is uh, one third of this country first, and so one third is, and then also the population of this country is one third of India. So basically 1:9 ratio becomes automatically there, like 9 times higher per capita economy you jump into if you come to United States, for example. Same thing with Canada. Okay. So
Okay,
opportunity
okay.
wise, you have 9 times more opportunities than what you have in India. And then if you now take the economy ratio of India versus United States, uh, what is our economy is still what, 5 trillion, I guess. That's what we are trying to shoot for, right? 5 trillion economy. And I don't know what is the United States. It is what, almost like 15 or 20, something like that. So there is another 3 4 times in the economy wise scale. So 9 times 3, 27 times. So so basically, if you migrate, you have improved yourself 27 times. You see what
Okay.
I, huh?
Mm, right.
And that reflects, like hourly wage here is anywhere from $10 to $12 an hour. That is the minimum wage. Like
Okay.
like uh, whatever is the salary of India, like 5 to 7 lakhs, you guys told me the other day. That is even like people here whose annual income is less than $15,000, they don't have to do the taxes because they are considered to be below poverty line. So if you compare the Indian income in the United States income of a professional in India right now, that's below poverty line. If you come as a student here, you will make much better as a student, even as a teaching assistantship and few things, odd jobs you do here and there. Uh, you will do better than what you do as engineer in India. So, hey, take little risk. Why not? Come here, build your career. But uh, you know, I mean, look at it. There are thousands and thousands of Indian students in this country coming there, and Indians have very high reputation in this country. We are Americans say that Indians means doctor or engineer. That is how the reputation is. Unlike Britain has all kind of people do like cleaner or janitor, or all kind of work, groceries. But in this country, because immigration process has started only in 70, so people have started coming to this country since 70. Some came in 60s, but really it picked up in 80s and 90s and onward. After 90s, IT people started coming, so suddenly it become like it jumps 5 or 10 times higher even. So Indians are doing very well in this country. And then once they come, they start calling their family. That's how Gujarati and Punjabi are. They are all kind of business, grocery stores, all this kind of stores, hotel, motel, and every kind of business. Indians are now all the chain store, breakfast store, you name it. So
Exactly, sir. I was thinking about it, but right now it's clear for me. Yes, I literally wanted to pursue.
yeah, so you can.
Am I
Yes, you
audible?
are. Yes, you are. I can hear you. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, that
Thank you so
process
much,
is
sir.
yeah, process is very mechanized process. And it is the same process which has been there for 40 years. Only thing is that you don't know where is the God. we, you know, we are trying
Okay.
to, yeah. So, I mean, look at it. In the South, from the South, they are ahead of us. I mean, uh, I have seen like uh, IBM town is Poughkeepsie, where I used to work. There was a private university there, and in the computer science department there, every year all the students are from India in doing masters, and all the students from South. And how they get students, like some of you were telling me, those there are some companies, recruiting companies, they hire them. So they in India they get the students uh, to uh, to come, and they pay private. So the girls they come like 4 or 5 girls. I met some of the girls there, and they say that they are living like 4 or 5 girls in a one two-bedroom apartment, and we study, we take care of homework, everything like that, and family has paid. And then basically by selling properties or mortgaging or whatever, and they know that as soon as they graduate in computer science, they will easily get placed, because even the Indian companies uh, like Tata Consulting Service or Infosys or Wipro, all that, when they need people in this country, if the American graduates Indian are available, they will not bring anybody from India. They will get the first preference. So they already have, by coming to this country and doing a masters, they already have put themselves to be placed in the front. You see how they play the game, and so even they will take that job in the front line, or they can directly go to American companies, which they do both. And then they know that within 2 3 years they will pay back all the loans, whatever loan family had taken or they have taken themselves from the bank. So this is a known process, and southern students are taking very good advantage of that one. We in the north don't know about it, that how it works. And then,
Right.
once we start knowing it, then it becomes cycle. Then you will tell your other people how to come, and like that it goes in the chain. Since this chain reaction started first in the south, so it has spread all over the south. So they are ahead. In the north, this chain reaction is beginning. We are trying to begin this chain reaction right now.
Right, sir. Right, sir. But I'm really thankful to you and Sarad sir also to initiate this kind of podium or helping all of us. I'm sure we will reach there one one time.
Yeah. Okay, good. So any questions you have, you guys, again, I say that I'm going to put the list of some of the universities also in the NRI Mithla mentoring group on the Facebook. So you guys join there. I'll pick some of the universities, and I'll start putting some information there for the students. How students come in the science and engineering area to American universities. So uh, I'll have it in a couple of days. So you guys go there and see it. And if you have any question, ask there also in the comment section. You put your questions and publicize it. We want, a lot more young people to come and join. And it's not limited to the only engineers and MBA. It's like science graduate too, mathematicians too. Anybody can come, or even sociologist, economist. I mean, there are same thing goes into different areas. I know when and then people play games also. Like for example, when I came, there were a lot of people who came in agriculture economics, so they were getting assistantship and all that from agriculture economics, and at the same time
Yes,
they were
sure,
taking
sir.
courses in computer science. So they got the dual degree, and then they got a job in computer area long time back. So there are many ways to enhance your career, and while you are young, you should give a try.
So Amarnath sir,
Yeah,
I have requested you on LinkedIn. So your profile is kind of quality assurance, right? ISO audit.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
That
I have.
was my last job, quality assurance. Yes. So
Okay.
yeah, that's. So what was your question? Yeah, I'll look at that one. But any specific question you wanted to ask about quality or what?
No, no, sir. Question, no, not any kind of questions. I requested you for kind of request on that LinkedIn profile.
Yeah. I'll connection. So yeah, I'll accept it. Yeah,
Mm.
you all should have a LinkedIn profile, and then that's how you build your connection. You can see who are the people in this country. You ping them, and you start conversation with some of them, and then get advice. That's a good thing. We didn't have this kind of situation in 80s when I came. Now everything is so well connected. We have so many forums. We have WhatsApp, we have LinkedIn, we have Facebook, we have many others. So perfect.
Right.
Utilize that to network. Network. You remember Buddha said Sanghe Sakti, Sangham Saranam Gachami. So you go to the Mithla Sangham Saranam.
Right. Right.
Okay. So let's create this great song. And what I'm doing today, tomorrow you guys will be doing it. So let's continue this journey.
Right, sir. Right.
Okay,
So,
any more questions, or we can call it off today then, right?
any other participant having any question?
No, no.
Enough for today.
Yes, sir.
Enough.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime.
I am really grateful to you, sir.
No, it's fine. It's my responsibility uh, to give back to our society. We all have to do that one. So it's payback time. Now I'm retired. I can do little things for you guys from my experience. It's my pleasure. So keep it up, keep trying, and be happy and be progressive. And This is what life is all about.
Right, sir.
Okay. Good night then. Good morning. Good night. Whatever.
Good night. Good
Good
night.
night.
Yeah. It's good
Okay,
night
sir.
for you, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.